as we continue on in our studying from the book of Genesis chapter 37, examining this story of this young man by the name of Joseph, who was loved by his father more than the brothers were. And it's very clear. And this had caused much strife in this family. And then you add to that he was also a young dreamer. And in his dreams, he saw where it was indicated that his brothers someday would bow down to him along with his mother and his father. Well, this caused much frustration among the brothers, and they were angry about it. And there came a time when they were off tending to the flock, and the father, Jacob, said to his son Joseph, I want you to go check on your brothers. And the way I see this scene in my mind was the brothers were at a little higher elevation. They could look across the valley, and they saw their brother coming toward them. And they said, Behold, cometh that dreamer. And I just sense a little venom in that statement as they said it. And as Joseph was making his way across the plains, they began to plot how to get rid of their brother. They were talking about murder. And it just amazes me how that the heart of humanity can come to such a state. And obviously they believed that if they could just get rid of their brother, then all of their problems would be resolved. And unfortunately, even today, people make those same conclusions and, of course, make the same mistake, thinking that we can just do something that is wrong, evil, and then just cover it up, and everything will be just fine after that. We know from just experience of life that it never does work out that way. But yet, we find that these sort of things take place because the Scripture tells us that the heart of man is deceitfully wicked. Now, as I look closer into the story, and we find that the plot begins, well, we're just going to murder him. When he gets up here, we're just going to murder him. But the one brother, Reuben, he wasn't comfortable with that. So he came up with another plan. He says, let's just throw him in a pit where there's no water, no food, and just leave him there to die. Now, I'm just going to tell you that neither one of those ways seems like a good way to die to me. But nevertheless, Reuben thought he could solve the situation. Of course, we find that he had in his mind that he would come back later and deliver his brother from the pit. Now, you might ask the question, why didn't he just stand up to his brothers and say, no, we're not going to do this? Well, that's a question that remains unanswered. But the truth of the matter is the condition of the heart was such that they would do this evil thing. Well, this causes me to say, we need to examine our hearts. Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.